Headers and footers are created in similar fashions, so if you know how to do one, you can pretty much do the other. Inserting headers and footers is relatively easy. It's the formatting of the headers and footers that can cause some concern. So let's just jump right into it, and I have my multi-page document here, and I'm going to go up to the Insert tab and highlight the Insert ribbon. Come over here and go right into Insert Header. You do have a variety of options here. I personally don't like to have formatted headers inserted. I like to format my own later on, so I'm going to just go with blank 3 columns. It gives me plenty of options here. You'll notice that I have 3 fields set up, and if I highlight one, I am going to be able to type in some text. So let me just put in the name of the document. Let's just say that over here I wanted to put in the page. So I'm going to highlight this and just type in the word page. And now what I want to do is actually insert the page number. And for that, I'm going to come up here to the Header and Footer Tools Design tab. And I'm going to come over here to the Header and Footer section of that tab and click on page number. This can be confusing because you're going to see options for the top of the page, the bottom of the page, page margins. You really want to go with current position because you've indicated already with your header where you want that position to be. And again, I personally prefer the simple plain number. I'm going to format my header later on. So here I am on page 3. And what you might need to do is do page X or Y. That can be a little interesting. So here we go. I'm just going to type in the word of, add a space, and I am still in my Header and Footer Tools Design tab. I'm going to come over here to something that's called Quick Parts. And quick parts are reusable pieces of information I can use, and I'm going to come over here to Field. I'm going to insert a field. And here are all the fields I can use. I'm going to come down here to something that's very, very cleverly called the num pages. Num pages is their short for the number of pages in a document as indicated here. And again, I'm not going to choose any special formatting. I'll format it later on. Click on OK, and lo and behold, I've got page 3 of 31 pages in the document. And let's just say that I wanted to put in the date. There's 2 ways of doing the date. One is you could come way over here. We still have the Header and Footer Tools Design tab open. If I come over here to date and time, I have some options here. And if I wanted to put in the date, I could do that. If I wanted to put in the time, I could do that. I could put both of them in. The thing is, you have to decide ahead of time. Do you want this to change every time you open up the document? So let's just say, for example, that I'm going to put in the date. Right? If you aren't careful, that can change every time. You may want that. But this could also be when you created the document and you just want to keep that straight. So I'm going to go back over here to date and time, and you'll notice that down here is a box that says Update Automatically. If you want the date or the time to update every time that you open the document, you simply click this box. I'm going to not click that. I want this date to stay where it is. And there I have my date, and you can, if you want to, you can highlight this. And I'm going to format this. Usually, I like to format it so that it's relatively small, italicized. And you could do other things like put a line underneath it, or box around it, or whatever you like. I'm just going to leave it like that. I am going to go in here, though, and click on that. Let's see. Put a space. Yeah, that looks better. A problem can occur if I go to the first page of my document. Let me just get out of the header and footer. If I go to the first page of my document, I have a header on the first page. And I really don't want that to be the case. So let me go to my 2-page look. And I am going to click on the page where I want my header to start. And what I'm going to do is, now that I've clicked on that and my header section is open, you can see that I'm back to the header and footer tools, the design tab. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to deselect the link to the previous. So if I deselect the link to the previous, what happens is whatever changes I make in here are not going to be reflected over here. So if you wanted to, you could actually change any of these aspects and it would not appear on the first page. And I'm going to go to different first page, and I'm simply going to highlight this and delete it. And now you'll see that if I click out here, I do have my title page with no header at all, and my header does start on the second page.